this is Sunniva and you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and welcome to another Every Game in the Collection video. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for all the great feedback I got after the last video. That was the first time I was filming all by myself, and it really encouraged me to do more of this, so I really appreciate it. I think I will get better getting in the flow with just being me as we go along making these. So the first game we're going to talk about today is Edge of Darkness. This is a massive game. It's so big. I can't even take it out of the shelf while I'm sitting here. This is a game by John DeClaire that made Mystic Vale, the card drafting game, and this is actually the first game that he wanted to make, but yeah, people thought it was a little too complicated, so he made Mystic Vale first, and then he made this. And this is also card crafting with the same system that you like build your own cards, but it also includes a tower and enemies that you have to fight off, and also a worker placement. That is really interesting. And the thing that I like most about this game is that it has yet so much I want to explore. All the different combinations with the different location that you can place your workers on get mixed up every game, and every game feels really different, and I haven't played with all the different combinations yet. So I really want to play it again. This was high in my top games of 2019. So if you haven't heard of this, you should check it out. I think this was on Kickstarter, and that is why we have this huge box. Oh, that is also the negative thing about this game. It takes a lot of space. Didn't need to do that, but I think he wanted to really pimp up the game. But when you're pimping up a game and making it super awesome, include enough resources, yeah. Next up we have Airlines Europe. This is, I think I would like to call this Ticket Ride's Big and Better, Bigger, Better, Broader, something? Yeah, I would go with that. This is a family style game in the same genre as Ticket to Ride. You're building these routes like Ticket to Ride, but here it also has stocks mixed in. So the companies are worth different values, and you're trying to have a foot in the company that does it best. I'm not one for stock games usually. I'm not a huge fan of that, but here it actually makes a pretty simple game a little more fun. Next up we have Imhotep. Oh, trying to put the shelf is just the right size. Imhotep is an interesting game. It's set in Egypt. Shocker. Yeah, as you can see. And it's basically, you have these boats, and you don't have your own boats. Or do you? I don't know. I think it's a majority on the boats. Yeah. And you're trying to transport your bricks, stones, from one side of the Nile, I think, to the other to build different things. So monuments, pyramids, I think probably the Sphinx. And so the person who owns the boat by majority gets to decide where the boat goes. So I think that is really interesting. So you need to maybe hop on a boat because you see Johannes is building over there, so I kind of want to sneak in, or somebody can take over the boat at the last minute and just redirect it so you don't get to do what you wanted to do. That is fun, I guess, if you're into that stuff. The next game is Libertalia, and this is a pirate game, and we have not got a lot of pirate games, but this feels really piratey. It has a great theme, I think. You're playing with cards, and each card that you have in hand is a crew member of the ship, and on the ship you're distributing out all of the gold and good stuff, valuables that you have stolen from others and taken for yourself. And you want to be the one that gets the most of it. You don't warrant curses, so there's some negative things there that you want to avoid. And I think it's really clever because you all got the same cards on your hand, so you have to like decide when to play what. And every person has a rank, so you want to play a person with a high rank, but you also want to play the abilities of the person like at the right time, so you get the most out of them. And it feels really, you have to change up your tactics based on what the other players have played, and also try to remember that, and trying to like sneak in some extra valuables and points at the last moment. I like this game. It's great, I think. Yeah, it says 2 to 6 players, 14 plus, and also 40 to 60 minutes. I think that is a neat game. Lords of Vegas. So this is a fairly, yeah, there's some luck in the game, but you know, it says Vegas, so I'm kind of happy there's some luck in this game. It wouldn't be thematic if it wasn't. In this game, you're building casinos, and you have these lots that you try to build your casinos upon, and then you try to expand your casinos and maybe like take over the influence in other casinos, and you try to have the most money and upgrade your casinos. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, it's fun. It's chaotic, but I like it. It's not my typical game. This is one, I would say, one of my sort of guilty pleasures, because it's one of those games that when I heard of it, I thought like, oh, I'm not gonna like that. I probably won't enjoy it, but yeah, it's super fun. Next up we have Memoir 44. I'm not gonna talk a lot about this because I haven't played it, but what I want to say is that we have it because I want to play it. So this should probably be moved upstairs to the shelf of shame, so we remember that this exists. This is published by Days of Wonder, and that is actually a little surprising to me because they have like this cozy themes and games like Small World. Yeah, a little more cozy theme than War, at least. Then we have Sid Meier's Civilization. I've only played this once, and I don't think I will play it again. I don't feel the need to. We have Civilization games that I think are more fun, but we played it once, and it was in the middle of the night. Johannes was like insisting that we needed to play that like that night. The setup took like over an hour, I remember, and also explaining the games and learning the game. Yeah, Johannes would probably say that he used like another 2 hours reading the rule books, and then an hour more teaching it to me. And then I think it was like 2 or 3 in the night when we started playing. Yeah, maybe I remembered this wrong and I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it felt like that at least. And I actually won. And I think that is because neither Johannes or I quite understood like the possibilities in the game. So every time I you know me, I refuse to go for a war strategy whenever I have the possibility to not to, like in Nations. So I was like, nope, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm going to sit here with all my culture and religion and science and stuff. So every time Johannes was marching over with his army, I was just like, oh, I'm playing this culture card. All your guys are dead. Ha ha ha. And Johannes, yeah, became a little sore loser. And it's still funny, so I mock him a little bit. And also now, Johannes, you've been mocked online. Yeah. On the internet, putting it out there. This is, oh, it says in Norwegian actually. This, you probably know the cover. This is Pillars of the Earth. In Norway we have a Norwegian name for it, so it's like Time of the Storm. Yes. It's by Ken Follett, and I think this is based on something, isn't it? Yeah, I don't do the research for the games, I just play them. It based on a novel by Ken Follett. Oh, it's actually a quote by Ken Follett back here. It says, "I never thought that Pillars of the Earth could be played as a board game, but it works. Terrific, and we have so much fun while playing it." Great review of your own game, Ken. This is a worker placement game. We played it once. I don't remember a lot about it, so you're building stuff. Yeah, the great cathedral, you're trying to build that. I remember it was okay. I would have played it again if I thought it was super good. So I think this maybe, yeah, I don't know if we're going to play this again. It didn't make a huge impression on me. So that was the last game. So I'm moving over to another shelf. Hopefully I'm also moving up from the floor because it's not very comfortable down here. I'm hoping to do more of these because it's been really fun so far. And if you have some suggestions to what I could do differently to make it better, you're very welcome to tell me. I'm super happy for all the feedback that I'm getting. So thank you so much. That's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Sunniva, and bye bye.